our sister Ejiro. I sent her something, but nevertheless, we don't want to. The program is going to last for 2 hours, according to the not less than 2 hours rather, according to the program, because this is the first time I'm making use of this platform. The user platform I normally use was blocked. I wouldn't know the reason, but I created this one and I want to give it a try. But I'm happy that I have you here. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom. We're also going to apologize for coming a little bit late. Normally, this program is supposed to start some hours ago, or rather some minutes ago, rather. Our brother is saying no connection. Our brother Paul Achebe, I think, I don't know what the connection is. Is it from me or from your own side? The connection is a little bit not strong.
It's breaking. No, your voice is breaking. Your voice is not coming out clear.
Okay. Just give me a minute. Let me change.
Yes, I think.
Let me check whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I think I have here. Just
yes. Maybe you mentioned Albania, or maybe you are aware of Bosnia as a governor. You know Bosnia? Yeah, Bosnia and South Sudan. You said they went to United Nations, is that correct? Yes. And they got their freedom. Yes. Before they went to the United Nations, they got right on off. They did it. Thank you very much. That's it. Once you give us loans and weapons, we will fight at home. Listen, if you come now to beat me up and you keep beating me, if somebody is walking past, they will say, stop beating me. But if you beat me, I beat you back. When we come, they will say, what is the problem? What is the problem is that you can say your own part and I will say what happened, and somebody can judge. United Nations will not come to that Biafra who become one happiness. Do you know that? Yes, but I think we have fought this struggle before now. It's not the same. Please, can you tell us? I will tell you why we did not succeed before. Because of what you yourself just answered now. You said now that if this is only an evil cause, and it will not work. You know what is there? Yes. Now we are bringing and taking everybody along. That is number one. And number two, we started fighting in 1970. We went to fight our own. And number two, there's somebody from the Air Force here. Can help us out. We want to fight them and push back at you. You can't go. Because people don't know their the reason why Biafra are not some people no want Biafra to implement. Biafra is
can you hear me? Mazi Paul, I think I don't know, is your Facebook on from here? I'm getting a double voice.
I can hear you.
Yes, yeah, I'm hearing you very clear. I'm hearing you very clear.
now is very good. Our sister Ejiro is having an issue of connecting. I still want to get to her. Because we have also something that just came in. I was listening to a program, that's why I was a little bit late, and the program is also good for our struggle. There are enemies here and there trying to tarnish our image, but we are going to sort it out.
Is that correct? Yes. Maybe you mentioned Albania and or maybe Bosnia and South Sudan. You said they went to United Nations, is that correct? Yes. And they got their freedom. Yes. Before they went to the United Nations, did they pick up arms to fight or not? They did. Thank you very much. That's important. Once you give us guns and weapons, you go wait and fight at home. If you come now to beat me up and you keep beating me, if somebody is walking past, they will say, stop beating him. But if you beat me, I beat you back. When they come, they will say, what is the problem? What is the problem means that you can say your own part and I will say what happened. And somebody enjoys. United Nations will not come to help Biafra until we look at guns and bullets. Do you know that? Yes, but I think we have fought this struggle before now. It's not. Please, can you tell us? I will tell you why we did not succeed before, because of what you yourself just answered now. You said now that this is only an Igbo cause, that it will not work. Is that what you said? Yes. Now we are bringing and taking everybody along. That is number one. And number two, we stopped fighting in 1970. We went to fight an honored war, which is total warfare. And there's somebody from the Air Force who is here. Maybe he can help us out. We went to fight them, you shoot and we shoot back at you. The very world can help, Britain especially, because Britain know what we know what you can do. And Britain, listen, people don't know the conspiracy against Biafra. The reason why Biafra has not come is because the likes of Britain don't want Biafra to emerge. If Biafra is standing strong today, every black person on this earth will be Britain. You know what I said? Every black man, including Obama, will become free. But they don't want that. They're not against us and they killed our people. We should have continued. The North should have continued. The second time we should have gone into the bush to continue guerrilla warfare. It was the greatest mistake of all. We went back to go and reintegrate. When I was talking to very healthy players, big men at UN, what they said to me is, you stopped. That means that what you're fighting for is not worth dying for. If your freedom is not worth dying for, then the world cannot be serious. That is the way it is. Any day, if you like, listen, if just trust, I don't need your money, let me give you money. What we want from you is one container load. Only. We won't come to you again. Let me tell you, any day they shoot us, police shoot us, we shoot back at them. They kill us, we kill them. We don't kill you and we come and that's them. But if they're only killing you, you will say, please, can you investigate the matter? Can you investigate it? And make sure that all the culprits are brought to justice. Is that what they will say? But any day police kill us, we kill police back. They will say, please, what is the problem? What is going on? That time the language is not the same. What is going on means they want to hear from the zoo, they want to hear from us. If we come and kill us and because country, they will say to the zoo, please investigate and let us know. Every country you mentioned, UN came in as we are fighting. For every year that we fought the war, Sudan fought for 10 years. Guerrilla warfare. At a point, it became very, very clear to Somalis that you must let this war go. Because another way, they have fought for 10 years, they're not going anywhere. These are the things we need to understand. had off Biafra of the Biafra as a regular to the bush to continue to live by now Biafra will be a free country. But everybody wanted to die accept. You became very selfish. It's just about you and your son and your family. Which is why go and ask people as old as we are.
Okay. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom. We are going to continue pending when our sister will succeed in coming in. Very sad. Normally, this program is scheduled to contain 3 speakers. But nevertheless, she's trying to see whether the thing can come in. And so that I can be able to complete the program. But let's just start. Our brother Mazi Achebe, you are highly welcome. It's an honor to see you in the midst because all of us are pursuing one goal, which is restoration of Biafra, in as much as we are seeing and encountering obstacles on the way. I just want you, though many people know you, but for sake of clarification, you can just introduce yourself so that we can start, pending when our sister will join us.
Thank you, my brother, fellow comrade. Thank you. I greet every Biafrans, and I must greet the leadership of IPOB, and I will say good evening, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, and good evening to every members of DOS and every members of IPOB. My name is Mazi Achebe Paul, MAP, Ezioku Bundu, 1 in Biafra land. And I hail from Omo, and Omo is in Ayamelum, Omambala, Biafra land. And today, I say thank you, Methuselah Methuselah, for making this program reality. And thank you, Biafran, and thank you, Biafran.
Yes. Thank you, brother Paul Achebe. Thank you, brother Paul Achebe. I think we are going to manage it. We are going to manage it. It's very sad. We are going to manage it. We are not here for any other reason apart from the situation of Biafra. If you watch the flyer, or rather the theme of today's program, is nothing but reflection of what we have passed through, and at the same time the current situation we find ourselves in. It's going to be an interactive program. It's not a debate. It's going to be an interactive program whereby we are going to highlight them in a brief, just in a summary, experience we've had. A couple of these years. Mazi Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, is not with us, and the lesson learned, and at the same time, the things we're supposed to put in place in order to, curb such thing not to repeat itself again. Mazi Paul Achebe, very fortunately, anyway that you are here, let me just start briefly from your own side. What can you say when you look back? What are the lessons learned throughout this journey, especially at this moment? The leader of indigenous people of Biafra is not with us at the moment.
Thank you, my brother. There is a lot of lessons I will say me myself have learned from the event that took place in the absence of Mazi Kanu. And one of the lessons is how to follow command and how not to fight the leadership that you're supposed to be with. That is the first lesson I learned, because the fight is and remain the same. And when you check the events that have taken place in the past 1 year plus, there is a lot of things that have happened, and one of it, let me use myself as an example, because I will say that I stand in a position to give a testimony of what happened to me when the issue of Mazi Kanu broke out, when we had the news that he was kidnapped by the federal government of Nigeria, a lot of us was taken away by emotions, and many of us acted based on emotion, and along the way, some of us was deviated, in fact deviated, and we start fighting a wrong fight. Some will say, why do you call it a wrong fight? Why I call it a wrong fight is that when the infiltrators were coming up, many of us did not see it as infiltrator. We thought they are with us, but we never knew that they came to destroy. Person like me, I say let them be, let us focus, and never know their mission at any stage, because I'm the type of the person that believes seeing is believing. I don't believe them say. I always try to see by myself before I believe. There was set of people, which you are one of them, that stood up to say no, we will not give this chance, we will not wait, we have to fight, because the best defense is to attack. And you and Onye Mechuba and Biafran child, so many of you stood up and you fight gallantly, and you never give up. All of you never give up. So at a point, I was thinking that no, this is you guys are fighting. You have to focus.
Yes, continue. We must proceed, even though there's a breaking.
I start with the standard. There's a lot of things. I will not go into details so that because I will.
Yes. Exactly.
Take away the captain so that all of us in that ship will capsize. But people stood up and stopped that very event. So, like every other Biafrans, we must learn how to take obey and wait till the person comes out and make some pronouncement before you take any action. So I only tell people, obey the command and control of IPOB, and don't join any outsider to fight your own house. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Mazi Achebe. It's a very nice one from you. We ourselves also learned something from many of you, that we are carried out, like we just said, emotionally, and is also a lesson learned. Many of us also learn a lot from it, because that is the reason why I said no matter what, we must make sure we continue working together. I saw you in Brussels, irrespective of what passed through, and also I heard your voice from Radio Biafra. Anybody that is watching me now and you are not happy seeing me and brother Achebe, in other words, you are the enemy we are talking about. Because in life, one learns something from mistakes, and those of us that have never even put that step, make that step, that wrong step, we also learn that, okay, so there's no road in this direction. Not only many of you that have left and come back,
your voice is not coming out clear.
We will not say that it's by our power. It is opportunity that didn't come our way for us to begin to tend that towards that direction, and we also learn from you. Thank you for that. the thing that is in this journey is about being dedicated to the ethics of IPOB. You know, when we talk about IPOB, people will feel as if you know, there's something so big in this IPOB. But yes, we must protect the structure, like we said. Without the structure, we are going nowhere. So that's why whenever we are talking about structure, so many of you don't understand it. And so many of you felt that there's something we are eating in this struggle. Now we don't want to let all of you know. No, it's not it. It is all about being disciplined. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been crying over discipline, how to be disciplined, and at the same time, what is needful. So, Achebe, thank you very much. If I cannot get our sister Ejiro on the screen, she said she's in the backstage, but I've tried to look around. I don't think I can be able to see her here. I don't know why. I'm not seeing her. I don't know why I'm not seeing her, but I will try to call. Okay, wow, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. I think I can see our sister now. I see our sister now. That's good. Let me bring you to the screen. Yes. I think now I'm complete. I was not complete before. Now I am complete because my mind has not been at rest. Not seeing you. You're welcome, our sister.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you.
What happened? How do you now manage to come in? I've been trying to skip.
Yeah, I noticed that it's not working on my phones, so I decided to switch to laptop. So eventually it worked. So, yeah.
Okay, that's good to see you.
Thank you.
Well, you didn't miss much. I was only asking. I just heard from our brother Paul Achebe. I know two of you have been so marvelously doing well in this direction. At the same time, to bring back so many of us that also have intention of deviating, because sometimes this struggle, if you look at it critically, you may get confused if you are not into what you are doing because of the things you are seeing with your normal eyes. There are so many things that is going behind the scene that we do not see. It's not that there's opportunity for us to see and we don't want to see, but there's a reason why. Because we don't know who is doing this struggle. That's why I really thank many of you that have made that move and returned back. So today is nothing but we are only revolving on two main issues: the lesson learned from the experience we've had at least during the time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was adopted till now. I know all of us have been in this struggle for years, but most especially so many things has happened within these few months or so that others can be able to follow up. Then we now go into the topic of the day, which you yourself is involved. I was listening to that particular issue you sent to me. I was on the program. I was listening to it. That is the reason why I came a little bit late, because I couldn't believe what I was hearing, and I recorded something that I'm going to post in time to come. So let me give you the opportunity to introduce yourself first. Then you now come to the experience you've had, especially towards this time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not with us.
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi Methuselah, and also Mazi Achebe Paul. Thank you so much. And our viewers out there, I greet every one of you, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, people of goodwill, great Biafrans, and I must say, Mingwa to my supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I greet you and the DOS, all members of the DOS. I say Mingwa to you all, and I say may God be with every one of you. My name is Ejiro, the face of Biafra. I give myself that name because I feel that I represent Biafra. My face represents Biafra. So I am the face of Biafra. So I'm very pleased to be in this this very platform, a platform that we have a lot to dish out to the public today. I am an Robo speaking Biafran from Delta State. Delta State, as you know, is in the coastal region and also in the southeast of Biafra land, of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. My experience since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been kidnapped, that's a good one, It was very tough for me in the beginning, the very first stage. I believe it's like every other Biafran women out there, as a mother and as a wife, I know what it feels to have a man that is so dearly to the heart of every one of us to be just taken away like that. And it was a shock, a whole shock. And I didn't take it. I didn't find it pleasant at all. And I believe, like every one of us, but the way we react over things is different. We are different people, you know. In the beginning, I overreacted. I was so anxious. I was, you know, I needed something to be done to know what really happened. How did these people manage to kidnap him and all that? But yes, Mazi said some things before he was kidnapped. He said that he's going to be in the forefront and, you know, but I never flashed back at that particular last broadcast. I never thought about it. I was just focused on how did he get there and how we can bring him out. So the enemies, they try to use that emotion. They try to use, you know, they used it, and I fell victim, and I was somewhere along the line. I decided to be, you know, let me use the right word. I decided to be a little bit disobedient to the leadership, which I regretted it, of course. It wasn't my intention to find myself in such a midst of people who have really bad intention. Based on my experience, whatever I'm saying here, I am responsible, and I take responsibility of every word that comes out of my mouth. So it was a very bad experience. I regretted finding myself in the midst of people who never had anything good about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They never have any good intention from the origin based on their activities. Because as a human being, I know that we have the right to choose between good and bad, and we all know what good and bad is all about. So I was already finding myself in the bad track, in the wrong way. And there is one thing I know: no matter how bad you've gone in the wrong way, you have to turn back. So I always have this at the back of my mind. I said, no, I haven't gone too deep, so it's high time I turn back. And I must say, thanks to you, Mazi Methuselah, despite the fact I was, you know, kind of with the enemies. Then, of course, I never knew they were enemies. So I was still following your broadcast. I was so curious because I know that you're the only one that always play Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's program. So I was following your program, and eventually one particular track caught my attention. I was like, there, listening to that particular track when Mazi was saying anything Dio said goes. And I was like, if I'm really loyal to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he said anything. He never said some things. He said anything, which means everything that the Dio said goes. And he mentioned Mazi Chika Idozema, and I said, wow, Ejiro, you've edged. It's high time you turn back. So that day, I wasn't myself. I couldn't sleep that night. I said, wow, what can I do? I have to turn back. I have to do the needful. And the needful is for me to go to that same platform that I was converted to go and apologize. And of course, a brother gave me a whole lot of advice on how I should go about it. And I went, eventually I took the step of faith. And I also believe that Biafrans are very lovely people. They are peace-loving people. You know, I said, let me go and do the needful. I went and I apologized. And then I saw that a lot of people have already forgiven me on their own platform and all that. So I must say that I must say thank you to you, Mazi Methuselah, for the good work you are doing, because it is your work also that restored me. Thank you so much. And also Mazi Achebe Paul, who from the beginning was never fully, deeply into the activities of the autopilot. He was also, you know, although people see him in the midst, and we are feeling, I always talk with him then, those times. We never were really deep into the activities of autopilots, like in their groups and some of the activities they were doing. But we were so anxious, you know. So, but I must say thank you to him. He also played a very great role, you know, based on the kind of person he is. He's you know, coming back to IPOB also had a lot of influence. It made me he played a lot of impact in me. So I said I must appreciate him for that. So thank you so much. This is all I have to say for now. May God bless you.
Thank you, our sister. I want to remind you of something. Maybe you may not know the reason why. When I saw you deviated, something came to me, because when I was in Ukraine, if you remember, that was the time when I was in Ukraine. You called me, and there was a project you told me about. So you said it's a high time for us to team up to help the leadership. That was your statement. And I think I'm hearing my voice. I don't know where the voice is coming out, but let me continue. I think the voice is echoing. I don't know whether it's
yeah, your voice is echoing. Yeah,
the voice is echoing. Okay. Now, so I was wondering what just came upon you, and I said, okay, let's continue. But you were not so violent in your statement. It's not just because of I'm trying to speak in order to praise you. No, I was monitoring so many people that are against this struggle, lying. That is what you call liars. I know when people are acting emotionally, you understand, because of inability for them to capture what is going on, and somebody that is so demonic and very wicked in act and begin to dish out all kind of lies, you understand. So better spoke up and have it. Maybe he know the reason why he say you should go in, and then know what is going there and come out to tell us. And a lot of people learned a lot. That's why today they don't use eye to see Achebe. I'm beginning to see on the comment section they are cursing. You are a son of demon, because it pains them that this guy left them, and they begin to tackle their master so much. Not just tackling with blind evidence or maybe lying. Evidences are there. You are seeing it. He's contradicting himself. I remember one of them, their interaction. He went there and started asking him, if you said Nelly is you are Nelly, then why are you not trying to tell us that you are not part of the do? And he started to bring in, that's a kind of statement somebody will speak in the open. In fact, those statements, Paul Achebe really made people know that guy is empty by saying that he is going to use his own program to overshadow what Nelly was saying. So the other guy said, no, this cannot be normal. You understand? So, but like I said, that's the reason why it is like this. So, in summary, I just want to thank all of you. I want to thank all of you. We are going to start something just like that thing you told me last time. I want to say to the public, we are going to start it because I know it will help us in a long way. We have to carry everybody along. What we are doing is for our own good. Nobody is being paid. Many of you can testify. You yourself, Paul Achebe, nobody paid you people. We will come out to speak in order to make sure that the enemy didn't triumph. Just like, let me come to the next issue, which is the reason why I am here. There's something you sent to me, and I don't know what would I say coincidentally. It happened that the program took place today. So I was listening to it. You couldn't believe what I was hearing. And now that begin to tell me that we really need to work hard to truncate the wrong narrative that is going out there. But at the second thought, you will also see that it's a sign that we are progressing. You will see that they are speaking out of anger. Yeah. For those who are watching, is one program, one house Fulani girl arranged today. If you watch closely there, you see that the guy called Utele is also in the platform. Ejiro was also there. When you saw them, invited him and some other people, comparing IPOB with Boko Haram and and terrorists. You now begin to see that internal enemy is always a problem in a struggle. I will publish the conversation later. If you listen to the conversation, people that even from Hausa are speaking more better than those that claim that are from our region. Somebody confronted them and asked him, why are you calling Nnamdi Kanu criminal, calling him a terrorist? I listened to you people here. Nobody have asked, what has this young man done? They are killing their people. An outside person is confronting those that claim that are Biafra. That's why when people are telling us is our own, just like Peter Obi now parading himself to become the president of Nigeria. They are telling me that I should support my own, as if they have gained anything from our own. So, nevertheless, we have a job to accomplish. Now, coming back to you, Paul Achebe, one thing is to dictate a problem, another thing is the solution. With your experience you've had, at least you know where there is a problem, you know where is a leakage. What do you think is what we're supposed to do as a people? I don't want to say leadership, because this is on our head. Generally, as IPOB, what do you think we are supposed to do? I know the burden also still lies on the leadership in order to forestall this kind of infiltration in the nearest future. Can you hear me, brother? I think I directed this question to you.
Methuselah, I hope my voice is coming out clear.
Yes, it's coming out. It's coming out.
not hearing the here. That is the problem.
Really?
So I listening from another voice, but my voice is coming out clear.
Yes.
Yes.
Out, yes.
Okay. Now, first of all, let me appreciate our sister Ejiro. I've played a vital. But like our people will say, Belede Yurudike, Mambeledeke Jamadike. Now, coming back to the question you asked, what can we do to cover up the leakage? The leakage you see here, you see now, the leadership of IPOB have already covered up the leakage. Because what is this leakage? Like you said, one thing is to identify problem, another thing is to solve it. And the first problem is the leakage of information. The infiltrators get information, and when they get such information, they will twist it and turn it upside down and sell it to our people. And the hardship, those of our brothers in Nigeria, believe you me, poverty have touched their brain. Most of them are no longer thinking the way they're supposed to think. When they had such news, let me give you, for example, when they said Mazi Methuselah is receiving salary, they know that there is nobody will hear that a freedom fighter is receiving salary, and the person will continue. So that fake news that they said to our people caused a lot of things, and the information comes from the people we are respecting, because that very information comes from Obuefi. So, and that area, the leadership quickly captured that these people will fabricate lies in order to destroy the leadership and give sanction to to such people. So, for such thing not to happen again, the solution is, as an IPOB, before any person will be a coordinator, there must be a criteria the person will meet, not by paying monthly dues nor paying levies, but there are qualities that you need to see inside person before appointing such person. Not even as a member of the US, I mean ordinary unit coordinator. There must be a criteria to qualify for it. And when you ask me what criteria can you find in any person before the person will assume the office of the lowest position in IPOB, one of that criteria is how the person manage information. One thing is to get secret, another thing is how do you manage your secret. Two, apart from that, second one is how the loyalty of that person must be tested in all ramifications. Anyone that has a trust issue should not be allowed to be in any position. Once you suspect somebody, take the person away. Don't allow the person to be in that position. And another thing, for you to assume a position of a coordinator, you must have at least the minimum of education that qualify a president to lead any country. The person must be educated, and the person must be, any country where the person is residing, the person must integrate him or herself in that very country. Why I'm saying I'm touching this area is because if the coordinator in Finland is well integrated in Finland, Believe you me, he cannot wait for the leadership to stop Gumi of Idu, Simon Ekpa, because he will know what to do. IPOB is a registered organization. There is a law in Europe. I will use Italy for example. I reside in Piemonte region, and I can tell you that if any person open IPOB autopilot using the name of the IPOB here in my region, I will handle the person, because first of all, I know how the Italian government function and I know the system. I integrated myself into it, so I know the laws that hold organizations. Sorry to say this, there are some coordinators in IPOB who they are not worthy to be a coordinator. And that such people is what is giving that Simon the morale to speak anyhow, because he knows some of them will not act the way they're supposed to act. So those kind of areas are the areas IPOB we need to look into, and the position a qualified people in that area, because you must start it from the grassroots. And anyone who has criminal record that can be used to blackmail the person should not handle some certain post in IPOB, because enemy can use that to get the person. And when you check what Binta Nyako is doing today, you will see that Binta Nyako is being used because of the crime her husband and her first son committed while he was a governor. And they are using it anytime. If you check, you see that anytime Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case arise, her husband case will also arise. They are using it to pressurize her to do unthinkable thing. So these are the areas I think, in my own opinion, we should look into. And when we fix that, the area of from the unit coordinators to the highest level, believe you me, every other things will be well taken care of. And also informations that are not meant for public consumption should not be released to any coordinator, no matter how close you are. And another one is the media warriors. There are some informations you don't need to give to a media warrior. A media warrior is exposed to be attempted or to be lured because he has access to many information that can mislead him or her. And when you pass some certain information to some of the media warrior who cannot control or manage information, you can easily sell out or leak some information. Maybe, for example, I am a very good friend of you and we are interacting together, and I am close to Mazi Methuselah very well. Mazi Methuselah can trust me and pass me one or two. Then I trust you. I don't know your what you are capable, but as a media warrior, I say all of us are the same, and I pass that information to you. You can leak it to another person. That is no longer it's no longer a secret. In that area, we need to also take away some information from the media world, because they can fall at any time. And coming to the members of IPOB, I think most of the coordinators played a very bad role in organizing IPOB members, most especially those that don't have access to informations. It is the duty of a coordinator to tell his members, this is the level we are now, this is the stage, this thing that is about to happen, this is what you need to do. Let me use myself, for example. Sorry to take this much time.
No, it's okay.
But let me round it up. But I use this one as a... I am confused. I was thinking between Simon Ekpa and who is right. Believe you me, I contacted 3 coordinators and they are more confused more than me. Which is very wrong thing. Because a coordinator should not be somebody that is confused when there is a crisis. It should be somebody that is tapped off. So those coordinators I contacted helped me to deviate more, because when I ask them some little questions, they cannot give ordinary answer. Rather, they will be preaching as if I am listening to bring one man. Those preachers that will tell you, say, but Tony because organ 2 people.
Yeah.
And that did not go well with me, for example. So I think that area and the coordinators need to be passing more informations in form of encouragement, not the secret of what they are, but you must tell them the level you are, that this is the battle we are seeing, and you have to get them involved to fight it. Don't leave them to do their own. Make them to understand that this is battle, this is war. Put them in that war so that they will join hands to fight it, because at times people will like to say, what are we going to do? Tell us what we are going to do. They need a response. Give them work to do. There's a lot of work to do in IPOB. Thank you, my brother. I will stop it here for now.
Yes, that was very nice from you. I love that, and especially in terms of that mental resilience. Let me just chip in something before I come to you, our sister. In the case of Finland, many of you know sometimes when you have a loophole, enemy will capitalize on it. For those of you that are watching, there are 2 IPOBs. I would say 2 IPOBs, not 2 IPOBs anyway. 2 organizations who are claiming to be under IPOB in Finland. That is what happened in Finland. In the first place, which MFO also contributed to the problem that is going on in Finland. Which MFO went there and you could not resolve that issue. They went there and registered IPOB there. Then the issue of oath taking came in. They said everybody, all the principal officers should take oath. You know, some of them are into churches, religion. That's what we are talking. They said their religion forbid it. Some of them said they will not take it. So it's an instruction. So those that said they are not going to take it, they are the ones that went and registered this IPOB in their name. So in other words, those of them that obey that instruction coming from the leadership, that the principal officers must be an oath member, those ones will pull out. And you know, when you register, send there to go and resolve the issue. The same thing he did here. He came here, he's always in a haste, as if he has something important doing somewhere, and he left without resolving that issue. So those ones that are in charge of that IPOB initially, we are the ones that are working with the criminal. So that is why he can come out and begin to use IPOB raising money, you know, because some of them that are into this Igbo chieftaincy title, they were behind him. But nevertheless, is not also the reason why those shouldn't drag him out, because the name of their leader is also used, even if when it is not the name of an organization, the name of a leader is being used to raise money. The name of an outfit, which is ESM, set by their leader, is also used to raise funds. So I wouldn't want to, you know, give them that a kind of excuse not to react. Just like what you said, there are so many coordinators that are not up and doing. And you know, here we say it the way it is without shying away things, because we have seen it in every ramification, how many of them we are, you know, falling out and then running into something else. So when we say some coordinators, some of you should understand that we are here to speak up, and that mental toughness is not many of us. Like when many of us join this program, some of us join it as you know, normal something to join, but there will be a time when things is tougher that you cannot handle. You just raise your hand up and say, please, this is too tough for me. I don't want to be where they are discussing arms to defend themselves, because there are so many of us that cannot even stay where people are talking about arms, because is either is against their religion or is against their ethics. I cannot understand. But nevertheless, whatever happened have a reason of happening, and we have learned a lesson from us. Let me go to you, our sister Ejiro. I will want to overflow issues. The same question I throw to our brother Paul Achebe is the same thing that I'm expecting you to address.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mazi Methuselah. That is a very good question because I, as you know, I used to be one of the people that was expelled from IPOB. Talking about what should be done to minimize the level of infiltrators in this Biafra struggle, I must say that the DOS have already applied a very good strategy. The very good strategy is the expelling of those who they felt are doing damages or have deviated. That is the very best thing that they really did that minimized the level of infiltrators, because as I happen to be a IPOB family member, that time I was, although I never for one day tried to drag anybody along with me, but I noticed that because I was a coordinator then, when I left, it was later on I now noticed that some people also left with me, So when I went to IPOB family ESM fundraising, I was there. I mean, it was Biafra's and Heroes Day. So I now noticed, so the person that became the coordinator after me, he was not telling me, when I was asking after these people, he was not telling me, you didn't know that these people went with you? I said, really? Are you sure? He said, yes. When you left, these people also left. They said coordinator has left, so they no longer coming to meeting. I said, are you serious? This is, so like Achebe was talking about the coordinators, that they should be people who are well informed. They should understand what they are doing as a coordinator, because any step or any move you make is going to affect the people that are following you. So I noticed it with my own unit here. Of course, God is going to help me to restore a lot of people back. I strongly believe that. So the DOS, they started expelling people, removing people, bad eggs. I will call it bad eggs because anybody that is in the other side is a bad egg. And if you don't remove these bad eggs, they're going to pollute others who have good intentions. So that was a good way to minimize the infiltrators, and they continue to do it, and it has really worked. It has worked. Maybe if they had not expelled me that time, maybe I wouldn't have even learned a lesson, or maybe I would have really succeeded in, trying to spoil a lot of people's mind or lure them, bring them along with me. But of course, my intention was never to drag anybody with me. I just want to do things by myself. I do things in my own way. So that is a good one from the DOS. I must say kudos to the DOS for initiating that idea. It's a good one, and they should continue, because like our brother Achebe said, there are some people who were in their heart, they are autopilot, but they are pretending. And these people go to meeting. When they go to meeting, they get information from the meeting. So this is why sometimes Simon will be bragging, this anything you do, your own wife or your whatever, your son, or is gonna they are going to send it to me. He is talking about those infiltrators that are infiltrators in their heart, but pretending to be IPOB physically. So they still need to do thorough work. That is, the coordinators have to be very vigilant. Watch out whenever they are talking about activities about IPOB. Some people are so cold in the meeting. You have to know that these are people who are afraid they don't want to be expelled, so they are keeping it to themselves, but in fact in their heart they are not with the struggle. They are pretenders, looking for information to pass out to the enemies, which are the ectoparasites. So I think that there's a lot of work that needs to continue to be done. This particular one is a very good one. I appreciate them, but they should continue. They should make sure that the coordinators are so observant. They should make sure that they observe the members to minimize it in totality. So as for that,
yes,
poverty.
Yes.
Yeah, poverty, as our brother said, has also played a very great role in the expansion of the infiltrators in these recent months. The poverty, in the sense that our people back home in Biafra land, I discovered that a lot of these infiltrators they are in Biafra land. A lot of them. So these are people. The only thing they do they come to Simon's platform or your platform to attack you because they have little data and they've been giving data and all that. So they come and because they don't really get the real information from Radio Biafra or from the leadership. Because most time, what I noticed when I came back to the family, I now noticed that there are some groups that I belong to. When I tell they will be saying some things that are contradicting to what the leadership have said on Radio Biafra. Then I will tell them, why are you saying this? Do you mean you never listened to Radio Biafra? He said this thing already. They will be criticizing, as usual. They want to try to blackmail. Why is it that the leadership have not said this? Why are they not doing that? Say, come on, go to Radio Biafra. This date, this message is already there. So this set kind of people, I mean that maybe it is possible that they don't want to go and get information on Radio Biafra, so for us to be able to minimize this kind of things, what we should do, we also media warriors, let us also try to be, whenever the DOS are coming, especially when the DOS are coming, if it is possible, every media warriors should post it. If you cannot stream it, post the program on your platform so that it will circulate more. It will circulate more to the public. So a lot of people will get the message. You cannot give an excuse that, I didn't hear it. You start coming to criticize Mazi Methuselah for something he has said, an issue he has addressed. You will come and be saying they didn't say anything about it. Most time they will come and say when something happened in Biafra land, they will say the leadership have not addressed it. To parasite leader have addressed it. These are the things we are talking about. No, they have addressed it. It's just that you are the one that refuse to go and listen to it on Radio Biafra. So we have a lot of work to do. We cannot just say we are media warriors only on our pages, on our platform. We are supposed to be assisting the leadership to be spreading these messages so that people will get more of this information. They will not be led astray. So that, I think, it will help to go a long way. Thank you very much.
Wow, sister, this is a very nice one. And this is you called me, like I said, I will come back to it again. That's one of the things that you hinted me when I was in Ukraine, I remember. And if you watch one flyer that is spreading, where you have different faces of media warrior, I am the one that designed it, and it's also my intention. But something happened and I stopped. But this time around, I'm going to start it again, where we can be able to hold ourselves together so that whatever information we have from the leadership, we spread it across our own platform so that others can get it, especially when they are coming on live to speak. We will help to spread it. They shouldn't, it should not be any kind of deep information. If just normal information that people need to know, like what you said about you left the time you left and a lot of people followed you. If I now begin to trace it back, I will tell you that a lot of people that are disturbing this struggle today are those that pretend and who are followers of UKMFO. Because what you just said hit me, and I realize that I know it's hard. It's an internal enemy. It's very hard. It's very hard. When you sack somebody, the person have loyalties. They don't care what happened. They will not follow the person. So some of them that are so wicked, they will not go. They will be pretending and be there. And they are just putting you down. Since you have sacked their man, who they believe in, who they see as their own Messiah, you sack him and you want us to continue. They will be pretending and claiming that they are with you. In fact, they will be the one that will be calling you all sorts of names, praising you in the open, so that they can be able to get the information they need. In other words, when they get it, they will now misuse the information. That's why sometimes we begin to wonder, how come this information have gotten to somewhere else? Something you discussed in the secret. So it's very, very difficult task. Like you said, what we can do, we can't stop it totally, but we can minimize it. But in my own case, which is something that I'm going to hold on until Mazi Nnamdi cannot come out, they are supposed to be a squad. For me, I know all the things we are saying about, trying to checkmate, trying to educate is also good. But for me, what can stop a black man from infiltrating, from insubordination towards any movement is hard way, in a hard way. You understand it? You must make sure that you put your name, put your data. If you go around, if you go contrary to what has been agreed, you will be hearing the results somewhere. You will be on the run. There will be a squad on who investigates. Anytime there's an allegation, because sometimes we need to be very careful on who we put allegation on. So that when information comes that this person, involved in social thing, there will be a group of people on ground who can be able to go around and investigate. If they find out that this person is culprit, the person will go down. What we are doing is freedom fighting. We are not just talking about awareness and then everybody will go. It's very unfortunate because they make advantage of this the nature of the struggle. Because now Nnamdi Kanu, he call it a peaceful agitation, peaceful movement, non-violent organization. We did it not knowing that we were doing it as if it will be auguring well for us. It's an experience we've had. This couple of months is something I cannot imagine. People will come out on their face using the name of a struggle to be raising funds, raising money. It's not that they're hiding themselves. So I don't believe that only educating us will solve this thing in a hard way. After all, we have so many people that are claiming to be educated at home, professors of electrical engineering. If you go to their village, they don't have light, no electricity. But you see them, they will go to a pastor, kneel down to pray so that electricity will come to their community. So, when we talk about these things, it's very sad. It's very sad. But nevertheless, if I tell you that I've never learned enough from this, you cannot believe it. Sometimes I begin to feel happy. See, God, I thank you for this moment. I wouldn't know that people that I'm thinking they are human being are human being. So he gave me the opportunity to know who is who. When we talk about ideology, Mazi Methuselah said we need people that have the same ideology, common value system. We have people inside us, but their reasoning are not like us. It's not that I'm trying to segregate. I know it's poverty. I'm talking about people on ground. Poverty is a disease. Not only poverty and greediness, and I don't know how I can qualify it, because we have people that are poor here, but they manage information. We have people that are so poor, they are honorable. They can't go for something that has no meaning. If you tell them that, please, I want you to go and do this thing, you ask them, but why? The conscience will ask me, why am I doing this? Why should I lie against this person? I didn't see Chinas and Womo driving Jeep. I didn't see Chike Doziem. Why would I come out and begin to say they are driving Jeep at home? Not everybody will do that. And many of you can testify with one young girl they call Chiamaka Jane. You can see what he's doing. Today is autopilot, tomorrow is DOS, tomorrow he go back again. I can't believe that somebody can reason in that way. I never knew that is possible until we see this moment. So it's a thing of joy for us. Just like we are saying, we can continue trying our best to make sure that those things are being put in place. And let us just take like maybe 40 minutes again in wrap up, because I said this thing is a timely in 2 hours time. I think we have run roughly 1 hour. I want to go. Let us just go back to what is going on in Biafra land, especially on the case of Mazi Methuselah. Many of you have seen what is going on. We have come a long way. We have come a long way, and I want to thank so many of you and those that are at home, especially our youth at home. I don't know how to thank them. The moment we are still talking about poverty, we should also remember that some people at home, their conscience are intact. They are not being moved upon what is being going on. They still remain strong. I hear them and I thank them a lot. And we are just promising them that we'll do our best to make sure that we put smile on their face. Now, Mazi Methuselah court case is going on, and they said he should be released. And up to today, it is normal. Many of us know that they don't obey the rule of law. But coming to those of our political elders at home, because when we are talking about freedom, it's not just freedom for only our family. It is freedom for all of us. So the people at home, because we have already spoken how to going to arrest and at the same time implement the insubordination going on in the IPOB. This one now is outside IPOB, which I call it external infiltrators. They are still outside. Just like our traditional rulers, our political leaders, religious leaders. Have you ever thought within yourself, why are they not supporting? Or are we in a wrong course? What is the problem with them? Paul Achebe, do you know the reason why our political leaders, they are not doing anything? They are not even speaking. Are we not, what we are doing, are we not in the right direction?
Thank you, my brother. We are in the right direction. Yeah, but there's one program I hold in 2020. I said that for Biafra to be restored, you need to get everyone involved. There are some people you approach with peace for them to be involved, and there are some people you get involved by force. Example of those that you can get involved in this very issue of freedom by force are our political leaders. Why did I say by force? If you approach them in peace, they will never be a partaker, because that is their means of living. They eat through our blood. They earn money, everything they are eating is through our blood. So for them to speak for us is for us to remove our blood and protect our blood. Then they will now speak for us. And how can we do that? Is by action we will take. And I know the leadership is aware of it. And that is why I am against anyone protecting any politician. There's one program I was listening to. I think last week, I've forgotten the name of the person. He said that Mazi Nnamdi is right. And the Nigerian government provided a way Mazi Nnamdi will ask for a referendum without people being killed. But he did not follow that way. And I was waiting for him to mention the way. He said, actually, not Mazi Nnamdi will follow the way. He said Mazi Nnamdi come from a region, and that region has senators who are representing them in the Senate House. He said that it is the duty of the senator to raise the issue of a referendum before every other region in the red chamber, which is in the parliament, and watch the reaction, because they are representing the people. So when you send somebody to go and represent you, and you ask for freedom, the person owe you as a duty to speak for what you ask the person. And when the person refuses, you have to take action against the person. Now, the IPOB have done their best by fighting for Biafrans, because the people they are fighting for is over 17 million. Now, out of the 17 million, they give you me 15 million. And maybe 30 many people that has a freedom people to have, they will stop their living. Why 10% I mean are busy confusing themselves? They don't know what they want. Now, if you send the Senate, if the other 40 million that are willing for freedom can rise up and tell the senators, enough is enough. Not only the senators, we have House of Representatives and governors and other people that are representing us in different government parastatals. You meet them. If you know you cannot speak our mind, step down, and nobody will go for us. Then that was to do. But I think school elites, those that call themselves the political leaders, need to be forced into this agitation, because they are 1% out of the 100% of Biafrans. So I think IPOB have done their own part at this point of time, and the people of Biafra have done their own, because why I say they have done their own part, check the Monday sit at home that was announced by the leadership. The Biafrans comply to tell that they are hungry to get freedom, but the political leaders disagreed. So at this point, you will check on how to get them involved, and I will not be saying the solution how to get them involved in politics in a public domain, because that is what the followers want us to be doing. Tell us the strategies that need to be restored, so that we will now speak in public, the enemy will capture it. If I were to discuss with you in private, I can tell you how to get those people involved, and they will get involved. And by the time they will be forced to speak that truth that they don't want to to speak, because they will not like to lose what they have gained, everything, and also lose their life. So I think the other set of people that that I say is what the government is holding, and the people that give external enemy the right to become enemy are the internal enemy. If there is no internal enemy, external enemy will be as weak as any other thing. The enemy cannot function without internal enemy. So the ones inside are the root, the tap root of the ones outside. So I think first of all we have to cut off every internal enemies. Then you will see how the enemy will collapse naturally with any other without one or two things. So I will drop it here. Thank you.
Thank you, our brother Paul Achebe. I'm going to post. I'm going to try to post a conversation going on. I don't know whether it's yet over. As a conversation is going on Twitter. I think on Twitter. Yes, on Twitter about Biafra, IPOB. They're asking if IPOB, ESN, and they're connected to Boko Haram, what they are doing in Nigeria as a whole. Even they are accusing IPOB of breaking the Kuje prison, because we thought that this is where Mazi Kanu is. So they should not be blaming Boko Haram that this is IPOB. Just to tell you, the little we have done is shaking everybody. When I heard it, I was so happy. Just to tell many of you that they are trying to destroy this struggle, but this thing has gone far. I'm telling you, we may not know how the Nigerians take us, but you know, within ourselves, we may think that we are nobody. But it's good as we see ourselves, there are nobody working hard to make sure we become somebody. But the extent we have gone has already set a record in Nigerian society today. I will try to upload that conversation between one Fulani lady who is probably supporting Tinubu to become his president. So she's not happy because of the activities of Mazi Kanu. They are putting all sorts of allegations. Some of them are saying that he should not be released, he should be there. But all those things are just noise. None of all these things, and this discussion they have, like our sister sent it to me, I listened to her and I said these are just noise makers. But it's a good thing that they are placing us at a very high esteem and putting the trouble going on in Nigeria today on our head. And that is the reason why we are urging our brothers who are hoping that they are going to get a better life through Nigerian election to think twice, because they are not going to find it funny. Now, let me come to you, our sister. Our sister, I know you have a lot. I know you have a lot. It's not easy to see, women who are also very, very steady. That is why I greet women, especially those of them that are still in this struggle, upon what has gone through. Because sometimes in our own community, in where we come from, we always say women are easy prone to jump into gossiping. I'm sorry that if it's sounding insulting, but this is how some of us see it. When we talk about market women, we talk about leave gossip for market women. But this time around, it is for market men. We have a lot of market men in our struggle, and sometimes they begin to, call in and begin to insinuate. If I tell you, so many people have called me, even when Mazi Kanu was adopted. Some say he was adopted in Czech Republic, some say in Brazil, and I asked them, where did they hear it? They say it's a reliable information. Sometimes they are good in dishing out audio. If they bring that audio, they say, there's a problem now. They begin to talk. Some of them, I don't know whether they would have joined in dishing out lies or if you have become part of them. But nevertheless, we are going to get it right. Now, our sister, like our brother said, in terms of those, I'm going to go to you. Relating it to your own people. All of us are the same, but I know Biafra, we have coastal region and we have hinterland. I am very, very proud of many of you that are from coastal region who are still waxing, irrespective of from a kind of, we like call it a kind of backsliding from a lot of our brothers and sisters from that region. And a barrister, a lawyer from the coastal region is going to anchor program with you. I've already told him. He said he's traveling to America. He'll be back. He's going to have you on his program. We are going to discuss. But in a little nutshell, tell us, I don't know how you conquered it, you know, to become so broken. And I don't know, why do you think that people, especially the women from your side, they are not really, you know, coming out and at the same time in the forefront of this struggle, because what we are fighting for, all of us. How do you conquer it? How do you realize it? You begin to join this. I know I'm debating on my own question to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. Well, based on my own experience and somebody that comes from the coastal region, I must say that our people, a lot of them have been brainwashed for so many years, especially after the Biafran war. My own parents were in Ghana when the war was in place. I mean, the genocide. They were in Ghana, but they gave me a brief of what happened and how it happened. So a lot of things were done those days when I was in school, especially in primary and secondary school. There are a lot of things that they used to tell us about the Igbos, how bad about the Igbos are. They don't say anything about, you know, as a child, anything you put in a child, that is what it grows up with, and it will begin to act with it. So in those days in primary school, I remember vividly well, as female, there's something we always come out to do during recess, to play female, you know, we call it I think good, we call it good, but so there is this song that we used to sing that give a very bad image to our eternal leader Odumegwu Ojukwu. Then you know that separation for us as a child, you will feel that somebody that wants to scatter is the evil one, and the one that wants to build is the good one. So we were given that impression that Ojukwu just came to scatter. I never knew anything about the Abori Accord. I never knew anything about it until I joined this struggle. I must tell you the truth. I don't lie, because in school they don't teach anything about the Biafran war. You go to school, you come back, and there is nothing about it.
Hold on, our sister. Achebe, I think mute your listen. I think there's noise maybe from your own background. Achebe, just mute your audio. I think it's bringing. Yes. Thank you very much.
It's okay now. So they taught us, they made us to understand that our Igbo brothers are evil. I never see Igbo people as we are one people, you know, until I became, I think maybe from my 25 years when I was really active into football, because on my when I was playing football, I used to have a lot of Igbo female in the camp, because we were in the camp. So I interacted with a lot of them. So my mentality started changing. I was like, wow, this is not really the impression I used to have about these people. They are not really what, in fact, a lot of them are my good friends in camp, you know. So when I was in primary school, I was growing up hating Igbo people because they said Igbo wants to destroy Nigeria. But what led to that? Nobody, they will never tell you the story. So when we are playing, we're playing as children, we'll be singing a song that says, Ojukwu wanted to scatter Nigeria, but Gowon said Nigeria must be one. We are fighting together with Gowon to make Nigeria one. You know, for us, we see Gowon as the hero and Ojukwu as the bad egg. And Ojukwu happens to be an Igbo man, so you begin to hate Igbo man when you see them. These are some of the things that our people are still, some of them are still not seeing it today. I'm very humanitarian, and I believe in reality. I like to discover things by myself. So based on the fact that I have mixed with Igbo people, and I also have Igbo nephews also in my family. So I don't see those things, that destruction spirit, or that have, you know, people who have negative influence and all that. I don't see it in them. So as I was growing up and I began to develop, you know, that I see that we are one people. There is no difference between the face of an Igbo woman and my face. So we are one people. So why all this negative hatred and all that? So when I believe that some of our people who were also, you know, who are today speaking maliciously about Biafra, They say they are not Biafra, or we don't want to be Biafra. And some of them are so confused. There are some of them that they hate Nigeria with passion, but they are so confused. They're in the middle. They don't know where to belong, or where they want to accept that they belong. So the question I ask them most time is that if you say you are not Biafra, and you that is even in Germany, for example, let me use there's one coastal region person that is in Germany. I'm not going to mention his name. You are a German already. Are you a German native? He said no. I said, okay, why are you holding a German? You don't have any issue holding a German passport, but you are fighting seriously that you are not a Biafra. Biafra is African. Biafra is you. It is your origin. So why are you hating yourself? This is self-hate. What is the pressure you are giving to the German government? You are already telling the German people that you are proud to be carrying the German passport, but your own origin, you are rejecting it. You say you don't want Nigeria, you want Nigeria to scatter, that we can just go and form our own thing. So why don't you first of all prove to me that you are so proud to be what you want to be, that name that you said you don't, even if you are not Nigeria, you can just create something out of your origin and all that. Why don't you give up that your German passport for me to know that, to really prove to me that yes, really you are talking sense by talking down at Biafra. You can't be saying talking down at Biafra, but you're holding another person's nationality and be proud of it. So our people are so deceived, and I believe there's a lot of work to be done. People within my circle, for example, friends, and a lot of people that have really come to realize that really these people have worked and they have done a lot of damages in the brain of our people. So they need to come out from it. But I can tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has done so much work. Before I met Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's video, I never had this kind of mindset that we are one and we have to be, we really do things in common and Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did a program, a video, and illustrated our value, things that we have in common. And you know, that video is a people may commonize that video, but I see a lot of values in that video, and that video is a video that needs to be shared within the coastal regions. Let them see that really what this man means is it meant good for them. Just like Ojukwu, like I told you before, I never knew that Ojukwu went for my own good. I never knew he went because he wants me to enjoy the same, right as everyone. He wanted, equal right people to enjoy things, the resources. I never knew that. I thought he's just a destroyer. So there are people who are still believing that, in the coastal regionals, who are still saying Igbo man wants to grab everything to themselves. When I ask them with tough questions like, okay, if really Igbos are so dominant, as Ahmadu Bello said so, do you know that Igbo is the largest speaking ethnic group in the south, the whole of south east? Why have they not forced us to start speaking Igbo? In the north, you see they speak one language, which is full Hausa. In the whole of the southwest, they speak Yoruba, but we are speaking different languages. Can't you see that there is something about us that made the Fulani come up to start making us to speak different languages? I'm not saying that people are not. We have our tongue, our mother tongue languages that we speak, but I still believe that there is something about this language, that the different language we have in the southeast, there is something about it which we need to work on it in the future, not now. So why is it that the Igbos, who you claim that they are going to dominate, why have they not forced us? Because if they want to do it, they can do it. They can conquer us. If Igbo wants to conquer Ejiro, they will do it. If they want to conquer Urobo, they can do it. They have the population. Why have they not done it? So can this alone let you know that these are people who are here to tell you, eat and let's live, live and let's live. So for me, our people needs to be sensitized. They need more of the message of how the Abore Accord came to pass, and what Ojukwu stands for, and what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is presently now, stands for. So that will help them to see the light. Thank you very much.
I've learned a lot from you, irrespective of debated a little bit. It just came to my mind because it's also what we are going to discuss with the barrister that from your place that doing a very marvelous job underground. That's why I know that some of you people are also, doing what we are doing. Even some from hinterland are like the criminal in Finland. He's not from the coastal region. So when we talk about those that are not supporting, as if the ones that are from hinterland are they the best? No, they are not the best. And some of them that enter, in fact, it's even better not to involve yourself than involve yourself and use it to be making money for your own self. So it's the worst. because we are trading with the blood of innocent souls. So there's a lot of work need to be done, like you said, and a lot need to be done. A lot of sensitization. That's why when we have been speaking, some of them say, "Give us action, give us action." What are you using action to do when you don't understand who you are first? You don't know what you are pursuing. All you know is give us action, give us action. And believe you me, when the action will come, they will turn around and begin to blame the person that gives them that action. We know them. So that's why we want to know who we are first. You know? So let me come to you, Brother Paul Achebe. I thank Biafran struggle, because without Biafran struggle, I don't think I would have known you people in the first place. That is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu call it a family. It's a family that we come together and know one another. I remember when I had my wedding, the people that used to do everything, both what people will call them, all these bridesmaids, everybody, the IPOB, all of them, those that are organized, all of them, their family. Even the family of my wife are asking me, "Where are your people?" I said, "Can't you see them?" You know, that is the reason why some of us don't know the benefit of this, thought that this is a money making machine. That's why sometimes they accuse people blindly. So, in nutshell, to you, Paul Achebe, now that you are seeing what is going on in Nigeria and bringing P2B, even though I have already talked about debate, but nobody, comes up for that debate, because I wouldn't want us to be going into debating, so that people who don't understand will think that we are crying because an Igbo man wants to become a president. It's not from us. So they see it in that way, but they don't know that we have seen something ahead. That's the reason why we are crying. We have seen calculated. We know, at least this struggle has made many of us to know the history. Just like our sister is saying that she just came in and began to know so many things. We have learned a lot of things, starting from 1914. Let me not just go too far. Starting from 1914 to begin to put Biafra in our mind, begin to think about what has transpired. I was in Italy. It's not because of Biafra. I don't think I will be going to Vatican City to begin to scramble for map of Biafra. So there are so many things we have come across that made us to see that there's no road. From your own perspective, why do you think that the best way to go? Because I know some people from Obedience may come across this particular program. Why do you think it's not a better option to begin to look into Obi and his aspiration to become the president of Nigeria that will give us Biafra?
Thank you, my brother. Issue of P2B only remind me of the history about Odimegwu Ojukwu and Benjamin Azikiwe. The reason I omitted that Nnamdi from his name is because our leader's name is Nnamdi. So at times hurt me calling him the same name with our leader. So I decided to call him by his other names, Benjamin Azikiwe. The reason why I think P2B issue up now, because there is this say that says no event, no history, and we learn through past event. Let me bring our brother back, who was president of the same night, in the person of Dr. Locke Edele Jonathan. He is well-educated man, and he ruled Nigeria for good 6 years, if I'm not mistaken. He completed 2 years from the late Yaradua and contested and won election and ruled for another good 4 years. Up till now, I cannot give out one of the benefits of good luck Ebele Jonathan to the people of Southeast and the South, as they may call it, because the Nigerian Constitution will make them to rule. End of the day, the place where they come from will marginalize, and those people will not have the mouth to say anything. I confronted one of the obedient movement, Mazi Methuselah. I called him, I said, can we have a program so that you will reason why you want P2B to become president? And to how he can repair Nigeria. We scheduled the program last week. On that very day, he ran and he asked me to reschedule it again. We rescheduled it again last week, I think on Sunday. Reaching that day, he ran and I called him. Why are you running away? This is your time to promote P2B. He said, my brother, I don't have chance. I wish I have chance. I could have been there. I said, it's not a debate for you to lecture me. I want to be obedient movement, but you need to convince me to be obedient movement. And he told me that if I know P2B state when P2B was under state governor, I will start praising him. And I told him that I was in Anambra when P2B was a governor, and I held out, so I was there. Can you please tell me one thing P2B did in Anambra state to convert consumption to production? He was confused. He said that the people from Anambra was testifying. That is why he said it. But let me not deviate from your question. Why do I think that P2B issue should not be rising by now? The reason is that if we P2B issue are rejecting that and the evidence in Nnamdi, at this point we have only either we follow one Nigeria and continue suffering, or we reject suffering and fight for our freedom. And the freedom of Biafra is at hand. It's almost 1% to be completed. Their last card now is they are bringing people to distract, to make the world think that Biafrans don't want their freedom again, that Biafrans are enjoying the suffering of Nigeria. So the role of P2B is second to the last, of the freedom of Biafra, as it is, in that nothing can stop Biafra. They now come up with the test. Let us try these people. What do they want? What exactly these people want? Do they want the president because they think that they are being marginalized because of they have not produced a president to rule Nigeria, or they really want their freedom? So they now decide to bring out P2B so that when the people of Biafra abandon what they have labored for and they go for just his tenure P2B, because he cannot even rule 8 years if he were to be given a chance. And that will kill the Biafra agitation. Pata pata. Let me use the language, pata pata. Because when the moment P2B become president, you cannot fight P2B as a Biafran. Because when you fight to restore Biafra, they will ask you, why are you fighting your brother? Why can't you support? They will tell you, when Buhari was ruling, some people supported him, your brother, and they killed the Biafra agitation, and make it for our own unborn children and the present children to suffer times 3 what we have suffered in this present day. So to prevent such a calamity, or will I call it anarchy, is better P2B step aside and allow his people to have freedom, because there is nothing P2B can bring to the east. Like I said, let us use Jonathan. Jonathan even wrote to Otuok, where Jonathan come from, was not tied. When you go to River State, Okrika is where Mama Patient came from. The is unkept. It's not developed to even show it is from a very that very place. Even the former wife of a late of Obasanjo, she came from Edo State. When you, the only good house you can see in Iruepe was Stella Maris. It's a Catholic church built by Obasanjo in the to honor that very woman. Every other place there is menace. That is nothing development, no civilized, nothing you can write home about. So that is the main reason I say that P2B, knowing fully well that he cannot fix 1/4 of Nigerian problem and he cannot solve it. And his mission is to stop Biafra, which he himself knows. It's better we tell him to step aside, to step down, not to raise this issue, not to confuse our people, not to give our people where there is no hope, not to make our people make the same mistake Nnamdi Azikiwe made. Because the role Nnamdi Azikiwe played is what put me and you in this condition we are today. Because if Nnamdi Azikiwe listened to Ojukwu during the time of Gowon and the rest, Ojukwu could have gotten the freedom of Biafra. At least we could have been competing with people like Canada, other the countries in the world. We will not be thinking about freedom today. But when Ojukwu was telling Nnamdi Azikiwe, Benjamin Azikiwe, man, come out. These people have another agenda. They cannot give us what they are talking. They can only put it in theory. In practical, it is impossible. They cannot put it. They don't practice what they said. And then Azikiwe didn't listen to Ojukwu, the rest of them. He played the role of Fulani, the script the Fulani gave them. And that's why we are suffering today. So I think if P2B can go back and check the role of Ojukwu, the role of the activities between Ojukwu and Benjamin Azikiwe, I think he can step down to fight for Biafra restoration, and that will give him the room. If he has a good intention to develop East, when Biafra is restored, he has rights to contest as a citizen. But for now, any person telling you Igbo presidency, the person come to destroy you. They don't have any plan to give us what we want. We need freedom, not Igbo presidency. Because when we talk marginalization we mean is when you come to the east, there is no any federal road that was tied. When you come to the south, there is no federal road that was tied. When you come to south and southeast, there is no federal presence. Even under Goodluck and who came from the south, there is a federal government project in the south. For example, when you talk about south is supposed to have a Calabar seaport and a refinery because they are oil producing state. Yes, southeast has the same producing, but the headquarter I can say is the one they labeled as south. No single refinery. Jonathan, the constitution is to everybody. Jonathan could have at least built one refinery and make Calabar seaport to start working, and he was unable to do it because of the Nigerian constitution, the way they champion it to favor only the north. And even if 1 million people be enter, the constitution will still also make him to work for the north. If he refuses to work for the north, they will remove him the Senate, who the Senate have the majority from the north. So I think that will make us not to look into Igbo presidency or P2B. Let P2B not allow himself to be used by those who are pinning Biafrans down. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, brother. That was a very awesome. It's a very awesome. It's very, very nice point you've made. I am, this thing I have to say this thing. We are IPOB. We are. I will not be praising ourselves, but we are intelligent, brother. From the experience we've had, this event. There's no script. I know many of you are. There's no script on this event. If I ask you a question, you know what to ask. If I ask you, you know what to answer. Nothing like preparation. To go and prepare on topic, go and prepare this one. What we know is in our head, and that is the reason why we are at any time challenging anybody to come for a debate. Just like we challenge the young man as he run away. So many of them have been challenging them to come for a debate. How the world grows, how other country grows is by debating on some certain issues. You cannot be shying away, running away, causing people. You don't want to come together to let us debate. Since you said you have a point, bring your point. I bring my point. They will not come. The only debate will be seen on the internet is APC versus PDP, PDP versus Labour Party fans against NNPC fans, because they know that they are in the same circle of stupidity. So they are now arguing whose candidate, the stupidity is less or who is less criminal. But for we IPOB, a criminal is a criminal. There's nothing like a less criminal. Because some people will tell you, Atiku has stolen more money, more than Obi. Kiribin has stolen more money, more than Atiku. All of them, I don't see them as an honorable. Provided they are not speaking up and say, this road we are going, it is not a better option for us. But it's not that I want to be there to answer a president of a country. But they will not. So that is my anger on them. And to be honest with you, so many of these infiltrators, your parasite, they are from that religion. All of them have run back and begin to champion the same one Nigerian that they came to destroy this struggle. But as program may have it, they couldn't succeed. Now our sister, from your own take, why do you think? Because I know everybody have his own mindset. In as much as we are in one struggle, why do you think going for at least being obedient is not the better option at this particular point in time, in order to have a better life for our generation that is to come?
Yeah, of course, election in Nigeria is a waste of time, and the more election is conducted, the more people will be dying, the more lives will be going, the more terror, Boko Haram will wax very strong. Our people who are campaigning for Nigeria election, they don't have knowledge of the history of Nigeria, or they are just being very, pretend, or they just love slavery, in fact, because some of them, they know the history. There is this British colony that came and told us what happened in the very first election that was conducted in Nigeria, how it was rigged in favor of the Fulani. So anybody that is pretending as if he doesn't know the history of the foundation of Nigeria, the person is just lying to his or herself. And also, we must know that this so-called 3 candidates and also Moyele Sowore is there, we must know that each of them are already Fulanis. The Nigeria election is to retain Fulani conquest, to continue to conquer us. That is just the truth. If you are campaigning for Nigeria to continue, for one Nigerianist, for whatever reason you think you are doing that, you are campaigning for continue to be enslaved, perpetual enslavement. Because how come is it that anytime they are talking about Nigeria election and some of these parties, this Sikh political parties that come up to campaign and all that, each of them they are all Fulanis. It's either the running mate is a Fulani or the presidential candidate himself is a Fulani. So it is still the same. Ahmadu Bello's speech that he said that he want Fulani to be, in fact, the Northerners, when they talk about Northerners, they are Fulanis. He said the Northerners must be the first, that Northerners first. So Nigeria election is validating and continue to validate what Ahmadu Bello said that on that day. So our people it is only a fool that will accept to continue to remain enslaved. I am not born a slave, and I will never support anything that has to do with Nigeria election. Nigeria election is a fraud, and Peter Obi coming as an Igbo man to come and pretend as if it will look as if an Igbo man is gonna be the president of Nigeria. He knows that he's making fool of himself. Why did he go to UK before coming to declare a Labour Party, a candidate in Labour Party? What did he go to UK to do? Why did he go there? So, and he came back. He came back and he started to visit slave masters in the north. And these people are giving him some kind of conditions, telling him that assure us that you're going to make us, you're going to treat us well, assure us. And I mean, in a civilized country, you don't see things like that. You don't go and be visiting a particular people because you feel that they have made it open, in the open, that they are the kingsmen, they are the people that position, that have the right to decide who is going to be a president and who is not. Peter Obi knows what Biafrans want. He knows what people from the old Eastern region want. The majority of Biafrans, they want freedom. They don't want Nigeria to continue. Some of the people that are following Peter Obi, they are doing so because maybe they are kind of thinking that they cannot achieve Biafra. They don't know that the power belongs to them. Power does not belong to the people you elect. The power is in your hands. And our people should start asking questions. How come the Western world, how are they getting it right? It is the youth, the people, not the leaders. So if you limit yourself up to that extent that making the people, the politicians feel that they are the one in control, that means you are just a daft. You are a moron. Nigerians, the youth must wake up. This election is a big scam, but whatever it may be, conduct election or not, it has nothing to do with stopping Biafra. There is nothing that can be an obstacle to Biafra restoration. That is one thing they should know. But as far as I am concerned, I know that Obi is there to make people, the world at large, feel that, oh, you can see these people, they don't even know what they want. They don't want Biafra. You see, they are still into the Nigerian system. They want Nigeria. No, the majority want Biafra. Those people who are campaigning, pretending as if they really want Nigeria. How can you want a Nigeria that is a tagged terrorist? Nigeria is known as a terrorist country. How can you continue to remain in such a country whereby you are not respected? The rule of law is not obeyed. The same people who create law, they don't obey their law, and you think Obi will come out from nowhere and start doing magic, abracadabra? We call it here. You know, it's a magic word we use to make these children feel as if the magic thing are real. You know, so these people are still dreaming. There is nothing Obi can do because Obi is coming to work with the same book his brother worked with, Goodluck Jonathan. So what can Obi do? Obi cannot do anything. Obi coming in is also coming to defend the caliphates, because the aim of the Boko Haram and the Fulani bandits and all these people in the north, that their aim is to Fulanize and Islamize Nigeria in total, and Obi is there to help them to continue to make the agenda, to make it continue. Obi is working against his people. Fighting for one Nigeria is working against the choice of your people, because Biafran people want freedom. Look at all those comedians that used to be campaigning. They want Nigeria. All of them are seeing what everything that Mazi have said. They said, "Oh, this man is a prophet." They are all confessing. People who have talked down at Mazi, they are all coming out. Okay, despite that fact, they are still believing that Obi can do something. How can Obi work with a constitution that gives so much value to a set of people and give them so much opportunity, give them so much, power to oppress others? It is not possible. There is only one way to our freedom. That way is the hard way and the only way. The same thing happened to other countries who are set free today. They never can start. You must be very plan in whatever you are doing. You must be straightforward. You must be very stable. An unstable man is a man that has double-minded is unstable in his way. So Biafrans should know what they want. They should know what they want and stand for that thing. You understand? So it is only the disintegration of Nigeria that can guarantee us our freedom. Anything short from that, we are doomed forever. But I know that the same few people that have fought for freedom for their people, like other countries, Pakistan and all these people, the Brexit and all that. It is not the major. It is not the whole country that fought that voted for the referendum. It is the people who really know what freedom is all about. So some of us are going to fight this freedom. We are going to get freedom for some of our people. That is how it is. So Obi is just a distraction to the Biafra struggle, but we are resolute. We will continue to remain resolute. There is nothing about a Nigeria election that can distract or stop the restoration of Biafra. That is all I have to say for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, our lovely sister. You nail it. And the reason why I brought this issue, because some ectoparasite, the infiltrators, as many of you know, they were thinking that we are for election. That's what, though we don't care what is in their mind. Some of them think that the reason why we are not coming out every time now about a dog that has no direction is because we are being paid. They are good with propaganda. They will say they have been paid. That's why nobody is talking about Obi. But we know how we operate. Just like our brother Paul Achebe, how I wish he succeeded in bringing that young man to the screen and disgrace him with questions, because they will not come. So that is the reason why we want to, put people's mind, put their brain in order with just fact and figures. There's no how Obi is a better option. For me, I've seen it in all ramifications. Them themselves, they know it very well. When I listen to Olisa Meto, on his interview, if you have watched it, BBC, some flimsy excuses he's giving, you begin to know that they are also working against themselves. They don't care whether their people are having it good or not. They are seeing themselves as a brother with party. So if you are in PDP, eventually you are their brother, you are their caseman. If you like, come from Kotangora, provided you are in PDP, they just want PDP to be winning. This one wants APC to be winning. They don't care about the benefit of their people. Just like what you and our brother Paul Achebe said, it is like a testing ground. This is another way to test us. Whether are these people still strong? Are they really mean what they are looking for? Or so all these they are crying for many years because Igbo man has not become a president. So let us now give them this man now to calm them down, because many people, I have to tell you the truth, many people thought that the reason why we are fighting is because we need Igbo presidents, especially those people from Benin. I have encountered many of them. They said because our brother have never become president, what of are we? Have we become president? Are we not in one Nigeria? We are not looking for presidency, because I know if they have opportunity of those from Biafra had, I think they will not be talking about going their ways, because they love to manage the enslavement, the level they kept them. But all of us, nobody among us want to be enslaved by another person. We want to be free people. So that is the reason why we are fighting for the restoration of Biafra. We are not fighting for position. And I'm happy that many people that are into this, at least all of us are, at least if I cannot defend others, 3 or 4 that are speaking here, we are not in Nigeria. We are not in Biafra land. We are in Western world. But we are talking about the betterment of others, because from what we have seen in our environment, we now think that why not our people getting some development like this? And we have seen it in all ramifications. There's no how Obi or whoever 20 times can give us Biafra, or can even give us a better life. What we are fighting for is to get our own territory, because we have known in the past that the problem is not changing personality. Rather, the system is wrong. The system, something is wrong with it, but some people don't see it. They always give us example. Why not, like if you talk about Jonathan now, why not Jonathan develop in his place? After all, they gave them money, they eat it. So they want to bring this narrative. The reason why our place is not developed is because some of our politicians are criminal. They don't develop our place. So we should hold them accountable. But we know where the problem comes from. We know where the problem comes from. It has nothing